It started with a scream, sharp, piercing and full of terror. It jolted me awake from the little nap I took after returning from the market. At first, I thought it was a nightmare, but as I sat up, I realized the sound had come from next door. I had left my 11-year-old daughter Aisha with Musa, our neighbor. He had always been helpful, always willing to lend a hand. When I had to leave for the market and couldn't take Aisha with me, he seemed like the perfect person to watch her. She's like my own child, he had said so many times. But looking back now, I realize how blind I was. Aisha was a bright and lively child. She loved playing outside with the other children, laughing until her sides hurt. But after a few weeks of being under Musa's care, something changed. She stopped playing. Her laughter became rare. She started spending more time alone in her room. "Are you okay?" I did ask her, worried. "I'm fine, Mama," she did reply, but her eyes told a different story. I brushed it off at first, thinking maybe she was just growing up or tired from school. I was too busy juggling the market, house chores, and making ends meet to dig deeper. Musa continued to be his usual friendly self, always smiling, always offering to help. But then, one day, Aisha refused to eat dinner. When I asked her why, she hesitated before saying, "I'm not hungry." That wasn't like her. Aisha loved food. I didn't push her, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I didn't realize the extent of Musa's evil until it was too late. One afternoon, while I was at the market, Musa gave Aisha a plate of food. She told me later how he insisted she eat it, saying he had made it specially for her. Reluctantly, she ate. Not long after, she began feeling drowsy, her eyelids heavy. She fought to stay awake, but the sleep overtook her. When she woke up, she was in his room. She knew something terrible had happened, and she asked, "Uncle Musa, what happened to me?" "Nothing, dear. You are now a big girl," Musa replied. "Don't tell anyone, even your mommy, else you will die." She didn't tell me, she didn't tell anyone. One evening, I came home to find Aisha sitting quietly in her room staring at the window. When I asked her if she was okay, she gave me a weak smile and said, "I'm fine, Mama," but her eyes were empty. Aisha had always been open with me. I could always tell when something was wrong. But now, when I asked her about her day, she just shrugged, barely looking me in the eye. Then finally, Aisha tried to tell me what was happening, but this time I didn't listen. She had come to me while I was busy with laundry. "Mama, I want to tell you something," she said, her voice trembling. I was distracted, focused on getting the clothes washed, and I waved her off. "Not now, Aisha. I'm busy, okay? Maybe later," I said, brushing her off. She hesitated for a moment, looking like she wanted to say more, but she lowered her head and walked away. I didn't realize it then, but that was the moment she stopped trusting me. A few days later, she tried again. I had just come back from the market, exhausted from the day's work. Aisha was sitting on the couch, her hands folded in her lap. I noticed she was looking at me with wide eyes, like she was waiting for the right moment. "Mama, I need to tell you something," she said softly. I was tired, so tired. I had spent all my day on my feet, and my mind was clouded with thoughts of bills and food. "Aisha, please, not now. I don't have the energy for this right now," I said, my voice more harsh than I intended. Aisha flinched, as if my words had physically hurt her. She looked down at her hands, her face pale. "Okay, Mama," she whispered and slowly walked back inside. I didn't know it, but in that moment, I had just pushed my daughter further away. The next time she tried to share her pain, I wasn't there to listen. Aisha had been sitting at the table playing with her food, looking lost in thought. "Mama, Musa, she started, but I cut her off, thinking it was just a childish complaint. "Aisha, stop making things up," I said, not looking up from my cooking. "Musa is a good man. He would never hurt you." I didn't see the tears welling up in her eyes. I didn't see the fear in her small trembling hands. I didn't see how broken she was, silently pleading for help. Musa continued to abuse her, each time worse than the last. I didn't know, I couldn't see it. It wasn't until that fateful evening, when everything came crashing down, that the truth finally came out. Aisha broke down in front of me, unable to hold it in any longer. "Mama, I can't take it anymore. Musa, he hurts me. He touches me when you are not looking, and he forces me to. I don't know what to do." My heart stopped. The world around me blurred as I tried to understand the words she was saying. "Musa, my Musa," I whispered, but Aisha's face was full of anguish. "Yes, Mama, he always drugged my food, and I slept. Then he used that opportunity to force himself on me. Sometimes it is always when I'm awake. He threatened that if I ever told you or anyone, that he would kill me. I tried telling you several times, but you wouldn't listen. I felt my world collapse. How could I have missed it? How could I have trusted him? I confronted Musa immediately, shaking with rage. He denied it all, of course, even laughed at the accusation, saying Aisha was making up stories. But when I took her to the hospital, the truth was confirmed. The shame, the guilt, it was unbearable. My daughter had suffered in silence because I had failed to protect her. Musa was arrested, but the damage he left behind couldn't be undone. Aisha stopped trusting anyone, even me. She would wake up screaming in the middle of the night, her small body trembling with fear. She avoided people, avoided conversations, avoided life itself. I share this story now because I don't want anyone else to go through this pain. If you are a parent, watch your children closely. Pay attention to the small signs, the sudden silences, the refusal to eat, the fear in their eyes, and never ever trust anyone blindly, no matter how kind they seem. Monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes they wear the face of a neighbor, a friend, or someone you think you know. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your children, no matter what. Thanks for watching my video. Please do not fail to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, in order to get notified when we upload our subsequent videos. Thank you.